Welcome to a new video. This is going to be an extension of my Speeduino tuning guide. I know there's still a few parts missing, like for example for boost control. Yes, that is coming. But in the meantime, I want to explain or fix some of the issues I'm encountering relatively commonly. So there are things that basically Speeduino has that you might want to fix and that are specific to those ECUs. If you want to support us, you can become a channel member and help with our efforts of bringing tuning to the masses. To those who already do, I thank you a lot and appreciate what you do. The first thing is going to be throttle response. A lot of people complain that the throttle response on their ECU is bad. Well, that has a few reasons behind it. First of all would be the base engine settings, and there are a few things you need to keep in mind. First of all, you have these settings right here, down there, the map sampling method. If you only have one of these, for example, if you only have this option here and not the switchover point, then select instantaneous. Usually cycle average is selected, where it basically takes the average map sensor input and uses that as a calculation for fueling and spark advance, etc. And the thing is, with the cycle average, this is a little bit delayed because it is basically smoothing out that input and can make your throttle response, for example, a little bit worse or quite a lot worse in some instances. If you only have that one option, set it to instantaneous. That will make a huge difference already. Even if your car is not tuned yet, the difference will be crazy good. And if you don't have this, and this one, if you don't have the map sample switch point, you also want to make sure that you have the latest firmware, because I've seen on especially RM racing ECUs that if they don't have the latest firmware, they do not have this option. So if you don't have it, make sure you upgrade to the latest one, because then you can select cycle average and put the map sample switch point to like 2500 or something. That makes it so that the throttle response, for example, from still stand and from a lower RPM is good, while still providing you with a very smooth map reading in boost. Because if you set that to instantaneous, your map reading in boost will be kind of fluctuating around a lot, and that is suboptimal, because with the fluctuating map input, also your timing obviously will fluctuate. So that's not a good thing, and that's not something you really want if it's going up and down or something. So keep that in mind and use those options as or accordingly. Same thing goes for the VE table, because that's also dependent on load and map sensor input. That will obviously also fluctuate. So that's one important thing. The next thing, if you're still not happy with your throttle response, first of all, make sure that your fuel or your map is tuned fully. So your car is tuned fully and the VE table is smooth. So basically like this one should be looking relatively smooth. This isn't perfectly optimal, but this is relatively smooth. So usually there's going to be a little bit of higher numbers or higher percentage right here in this area, and it's going to be lower here, and in most engines it's also going to be lower on the higher RPMs. Why is that? Because on stock cars with relatively tame cams, the power drops off on the higher RPMs. And the more pressure you have, the more fuel the car will need and the more efficient it's going to run. So the VE table will need to be higher here. So if your, for example, VE table is looking very, very flat and not going up and down anywhere, then you might want to look at if it's actually correct. If you have tuned it and your, for example, your throttle response is still kind of bad, first thing you can do is play around with the acceleration enrichment. This is also important. It basically, by how much or how fast you are pressing on the throttle pedal, it will inject additional fuel into the cylinders to make the throttle response better. This is a relatively common table, so if you want to, you can copy that if you are thinking that yours isn't good. You can copy this and start with that and see if it is any better. There also is the map-based acceleration enrichment, but in my experience, it doesn't work as well. Some things to consider here as well is that you would want at least a threshold of about 30 to 40 TPS percent per second, and you also want at least TPS change of 2% or 3%, because the thing is, if you change it by 1%, that is basically almost when you're cruising and it changes, it will add fuel randomly, which will make the car drive pretty terribly. Same thing goes for acceleration enrichment. On some base maps I saw like 500 milliseconds. Usually 100 to 200 maximum should be fine or enough to make this actually work pretty well. And in this map, actually, the taper start is when it uses the full acceleration enrichment. So for example, 1500 RPM, it would use 100% of this table. And at this end RPM, which I would usually put to about 6000 RPM, it would stop this completely. And then it will scale basically linearly between those points of how much it will actually use here, because on higher RPMs, it will not need as much because the engine is running faster and there are a lot more injection cycles, so it won't need to inject as much additional fuel. And that's basically it. There's one more thing you can do, which might help on some setups where you are running ITBs or TPS only with a relatively big throttle body, for example. Would be, for example, if you are idling at either be it 0% TPS or like 30 kPa, and you are having issues where if you open the throttle, the car still, even though you have good acceleration enrichment settings, the car will still kind of bog. You can try and make this area a little bit richer by like maybe 10 points and smooth that out to here, and that will in some cases get rid of that hesitation, because it will inject a little bit more fuel on top and will basically kind of act like the map-based acceleration enrichment plus the TPS-based one. But in this case, the mixture will in general be a little bit richer, because obviously on idle you would aim for a lambda 1, so AFR 14.7, and then you would just add a little bit of fuel to compensate here for the opening of the throttle body and the rush in of fresh air, and that helps a little bit, plus the acceleration enrichment, because if you go too heavy on the acceleration enrichment itself, that can lead to bogging down again, because you are obviously injecting too much fuel. It will go really, really rich, and you don't really want that. So you'll have to find a sweet spot here, usually that table 20, 45, 60, 80, that kind of is a relatively good sweet spot. And then if you still have trouble, you can add a little bit here. Those would be my tips for making your throttle response a little bit better if you are having issues. And yeah, that's it from me. I wish you a nice day. I hope this was helpful to you. And as always, I wish you a nice day and goodbye.